what are the benefits of an advisory board career over a non-executive director career? I get asked this a lot, and a lot of people come to me and they want to serve on boards, but they don't understand the fundamental differences between those two roles. And there are some very important legal differences between the two. When you are a non-executive director, you are an official director of the company. You are registered with ASIC. You are, really responsible for the legal, the financial, the health of that organisation and all of the fiduciary responsibilities that come with that. When you are an advisory board member, you are an advisor to the company. Now, it's quite different because you don't have any fiduciary responsibilities at all. And it's really important that if you do become an advisory board member, that you do step out of the equation, you do step out of conversations that might deem you to be a shadow director, because you actually don't want to be steering the company and making financial and legal decisions for that business. But as an advisory board member, you can give your advice, and the company can take or leave that advice. So advisory board work is very attractive to a number of executives for a number of reasons. Firstly, it's a lower risk profile appointment. You don't have the fiduciary responsibilities. You're not on the hook, so to speak. And, when you're dealing with often smaller businesses, smaller enterprises, particularly early stage, high potential companies, you don't want that risk. You don't want that risk profile. You don't want to be worried about insolvency. You don't want to be worried about, is the company able to pay its bills on Friday? Because you take on that responsibility when you become a non-executive director. Advisory boards are increasingly being used by small, medium enterprise because the directors and the owners of those companies also don't necessarily want non-executive directors in their businesses. They want to be able to have a bit more freedom, a bit more latitude with how they run their enterprises. And so there is this surge, if you like, in terms of advisory board seats in the market, and a huge willingness on both parties to play a role. So for my mind, it's a really, really good career pathway. It's a great opportunity to serve, to give advice, to help companies grow, navigate business challenges. You're not taking on the fiduciary responsibility for the company. Your advice can be taken or left, and that's a good scenario for all the parties involved. And, it can be very rewarding work. So these roles are still very well remunerated. In fact, sometimes even better remunerated than non-executive director work, surprisingly. So it's definitely a pathway worth considering. Now, particularly if you have any assets in your own name, for example. I have a lot of people who come to me and, they've gone off all very well-intentioned and they've done company director courses, and then they come to me and they say they want to serve as a non-executive director. And I always ask the question, do you have any assets in your name? Have you spoken to your accountant? Has he given the all clear, or he or she has given the all clear to do this type of work? And I'm quite surprised, 30% of cases, people will say to me they've got their primary assets in their own name. They've got their home, their holiday home, their shares, their, portfolio in their own name. Now, if you serve as a non-executive director and there's any form of, litigation, insolvency, as a director, you may find yourself personally liable. And if you're personally liable, that means your assets are at risk. So you have to be super careful about, just understanding this paradigm and how it operates. Now, in a volunteer situation, if you're volunteering as a non-executive director, say, for example, in a charity, that risk profile is a lot lower than in a commercial enterprise where you're being paid as a board director. So volunteer board directors have a little bit more of a lower risk profile, and that's to encourage people to serve in the not-for-profit sector as a volunteer board member. But, for the most part, I still see a huge opportunity for people to serve as an advisory board member, the chair of the advisory board, a member of the advisory board. And advisory boards can be constituted so that they can support the senior executive team. They can be constituted to support the board itself. And, in some cases, they are the board because the company does not want fiduciary directors in the business, non-executive directors in the business. So consider it as a pathway. I think it's a great opportunity for a low-risk opportunity to provide your services, provide your advice, generate an income for this work, and, keep your own personal risk profile extremely low.